That's pretty. What a gas station view. Pretty nice out this morning, huh?
It's lovely. This is much better than I was really worried by the forecast.
Vamos a desayunar. Jacob's into pump track skateboarding. So, got a latte. We about to head to the pump track, bro. This town is incredible, brother. Just incredible. Got gratitude, man. Just met this great doggy. Vibed out. Vibes, brother. I don't actually need this jacket right now, but I'm wearing the hood so I don't get sunburned. Much love. People often talk about being in your head versus your body, but I think that some of nature's greatest wonders, greatest, most beautiful places has had the human, it's put them into a contemplative state where they're contemplating existence, identity, things like that. Catching this trail in Narvick. Just hit the pump track. You think that boat's in the same position as last night?
No, I don't actually.
Pims was saying that the fjords are really deep. I didn't know that.
Yes. When I was in the fjord last year, we looked at the map. It was 700 meters deep. Dude.
Look at this little bunker down here.
Okay. Yeah, man. That's pretty amazing. All of this is really cool.
I feel like this bench is gonna break if I stand on it.
It won't. Just sit on it. You're fine.
Huh, interesting rock.
Sorry. Enjoying the day. Is it enjoying the day?
Yes. Don't you want to jump in the water?
Yeah, I do.
It looks clean. love it. What? Big piece of metal. I feel like this is from World War II, maybe, or something. I think Hitler overtook Narvik first because this is where Sweden was getting their iron ore out or something like that. I don't know, we're gonna hit the WW2 museum tomorrow, but wow, dude, I guess they could like observe the ships coming into the fjord here. What's up, dude? Just checked out the Narvik War Museum. So, if you don't know, Sweden has had some of the world's largest iron ore supply, which is, critical in war, obviously. So they cut a deal with the Nazis to supply them with iron ore, I guess, to maintain their neutrality. But the train that I rode yesterday ends in Narvik, Norway. Prior to World War II, I think in the early 1900s, Sweden and Norway made a deal so Sweden could get its iron ore out of the north and onto ships so it could sell it. Where I'm at here in Narvik, you can see the bay here. We were kind of on the waterway in the fjord earlier today in the vlog. So I think Sweden was kind of trying to play this neutral role, but obviously they leaned kind of more into helping the Nazis by, one, supplying them with their iron for the war, and then allowing German troops to transport through Sweden up into Norway. So I believe here in Narvik the battle started when the British put some mines in Norwegian waters, and then that kind of got the Germans to invade and take over Narvik here, and then eventually I think they occupied Norway for 5 or 6 years. So out here in the bay where I was at earlier, a bunch of ships sank and stuff like that. Major battles kind of happened here. So super powerful museum, dude. They kind of had some modern looks at war and repression. I had some quotes from the Iraq War, talked about POWs. Unfortunately, I arrived at the museum like 50 minutes before it closed, so I didn't really get a ton of time to reflect and check things out, but I liked that the museum, I would say, very much so talked about like the costs of war, and although the U.S. has waged many wars in my lifetime. I feel like folks in my country are removed from that destruction, right? Unless there's somebody that was in the military or they have family in the military. So, yeah, man, I think it's really critical, right? Like, even I've had friends in the U.S. when the U.S. striked the nuclear sites in Iran yesterday. There's a lot of folks that were just disengaged, from it. And I think that's one of the problems that the museum touched on, that like a lot of us don't think about in today's day and age, that if somebody from the Midwest or Southwest in the U.S. can control a drone and drop a bomb from super far away, we don't think about what it does to the lives of the people on the ground. Such a big part of propaganda is dehumanization of the enemy, right? But we all live within a complex reality, and I think things like nationalism can really kind of not be great for avoiding conflict, because it kind of desensitizes to you the fact that that person on the other side of the world is kind of just a person. They are a person just like you, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like here in Europe, being closer to Ukraine and stuff like that, folks are more aware of the costs of war. Obviously, a lot of folks from Ukraine have come to live in some of these countries in Western and Northern Europe. So, yeah, bro. Well, I'll leave it at that, man. Thanks for watching today's vlog. Didn't bring my vlogging camera with me on this little hike here. The homie Jacob's going all the way up to the top of this mountain. I was like, I don't think my ankle's ready for that kind of hike yet, but I got a good little mini one in, a little out and back. Hiked with him for a bit. I'll share some photos. Amazing day, dude. It's the locals say, with the midnight sun, like, you just don't want to go to sleep. They said like it's impossible with their kids, because their kids are like, but it's still daylight. And it's like 2 a.m. or whatever, Blackout shades are a must, that's for sure. But I feel like a lot of Norwegians and a lot of Swedes up here in the north that experience the polar night are probably stretching their days out this time of year, even if they sleep less, just due to the fact that they don't get hardly any daylight at all up here in winter time. So yes sir, still some snow up on the top there, dude. I think some of this is a ski area. What a special place, dude. Incredible day.